Brian McKnight's estranged son, Niko McKnight, has tragically passed away at the age of 32 after courageously battling cancer for 2 relentless years. His passing was confirmed on a somber Friday by his uncle Claude McKnight, Brian's older brother, who chose to share the heartbreaking news through a deeply emotional TikTok video. Claude, a prominent figure himself and a founding member of the Grammy-winning a cappella group Take Six, spoke from a place of sincere grief and compassion. In the video he posted, his voice quivered as he opened up about the moment he learned of Niko's passing earlier that morning. It was clear that he had wrestled with whether or not to share the news publicly, but ultimately, his heart told him that Niko's story, spirit, and life were too important to go unacknowledged. "How could I not post about this? This morning I found out that my nephew Niko McKnight passed away," he said, his face etched with the emotional weight of loss. Pain in Claude's voice was unmistakable as he paid tribute to his late nephew. He painted a picture of Niko as a bright, vibrant soul who brought warmth and creativity to the world around him. Describing Niko as quirky and curious, Claude expressed admiration for his nephew's wide-ranging talents. Niko wasn't just a young man with potential. He was an already accomplished artist in his own right. An amazing singer and amazing guitar player, Claude reflected. He had a great eye as a photographer and just one of those kids that, at least in my estimation, was someone you always wanted to be around. Though Claude tried to keep the message centered around honoring Niko's life, he did acknowledge the unspoken tension that had surrounded the McKnight family for years. The estrangement between Brian McKnight and his older children, including Niko, has been a subject of speculation, media scrutiny, and emotional turmoil. Yet, Claude made a heartfelt plea in both his video and its caption. "Please do not make this about family drama. Don't speak on the relationship between my brother and his kids. Do it in love." What Claude did choose to say about the family situation was delicately honest. "So here's the thing. I don't know exactly what was going on there," he said. "I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard from all parties involved, and I try not to judge. I just try to be as loving to each person as I can be because apparently there's so much hurt going on, or was so much hurt going on, that a lot of things didn't get resolved." Those words resonated deeply, revealing the layers of pain that can accompany unresolved conflict in families, especially when coupled with tragedy. It's a sentiment that many viewers could relate to, the aching realization that time ran out before reconciliation could occur. In a particularly poignant part of the video, Claude confessed, "I may have contributed to what happened with him." His self-awareness and willingness to own any part he might have played in Niko's pain underscored the immense grief and reflection the family is now facing. "What I do know," he continued, "is he's out of pain now. So I can rejoice in the fact that he no longer has to go through chemo and the radiation and everything else." With that, he turned his message into one of spiritual hope, saying, "I just want to uplift that young man and say we will see him again one day. I love you, Niko." The expression of love and faith in an afterlife offered a moment of peace amidst the heartbreak. Niko's battle with cancer, though largely kept out of the public eye, was something he eventually chose to speak about. On January 16, 2024, he took to Instagram to share his diagnosis with his followers. He posted a photo from his hospital bed, the medical machinery surrounding him a stark contrast to the vibrant young man he had been. In that post, he wrote, "Everyone's been asking, here we go. Your boy got the big C. It's been one hell of a ride so far, but things are looking better now than they were before, so cheers to that." Those words now echo with a mixture of courage and heartbreaking finality. His message was one of optimism, a brave face put forth in the midst of suffering, a common gesture for those who don't want their loved ones to worry. Niko's resilience, even in the face of such a devastating illness, is what so many who knew him are choosing to remember. Although Brian McKnight has not yet made a public comment about his son's passing, all eyes are now on the singer, known for his emotionally charged ballads and smooth vocals. Brian's strained relationship with his older children, including Niko, has been an ongoing topic of public discourse. In recent years, he was criticized for seemingly erasing his biological children from his social media presence and referring to his stepchildren as his only kids. This sparked backlash and speculation about the extent of the rift between him and his older children. While it remains unknown whether Niko and Brian had reconciled in any way before his passing, the pain of estrangement looms large over the tragic news. It's a pain that Claude acknowledged carefully, not wishing to inflame tensions but rather to urge empathy and compassion. Grief often brings unresolved family issues to the surface, but it also has the power to remind us of what's most important. Many fans who followed Niko's social media over the years remember him as a gentle soul with a deep love for music and photography. Friends and supporters have started to flood his Instagram with messages of love, remembrance, and sorrow. "Rest in peace, sweet soul," one follower wrote. "You were light in a dark world." Others shared stories of how Niko's music or photography inspired them or brought comfort during difficult times. Conversation around Niko's passing has also reopened a broader dialogue about how fame, family, and emotional wounds often intersect in painful ways. For years, fans have speculated about the source of the McKnight family's conflict, but the exact reasons remain known only to those closest to them. What is public, however, is the emotional aftermath. A father who may now be reckoning with a permanent loss and a family coping with unimaginable grief. Social media has become a double-edged sword in moments like these. While it allows for connection, sharing, and community mourning, it also invites judgment, speculation, and intrusion. Claude's request to keep the comments respectful and loving is a reminder of the real human beings behind the headlines. Niko was not just Brian McKnight's son or a figure in a family controversy. He was a talented artist, a beloved nephew, and a young man who deserved to be seen for who he was beyond the drama. As tributes continue to pour in, the hope is that Niko's memory will be honored in a way that reflects his passions, spirit, and bravery. His cancer journey was a private struggle made briefly public in his final year, and now that he's gone, those who loved him want to preserve the dignity of his story. It's a story marked by creativity, quiet courage, and a longing for connection, things that many people can understand even if they never knew him personally. In the end, grief has a way of reminding us of the fragility of life and the importance of love. Claude's video was not only a eulogy but also a call for grace. "I love you, Niko," he said, not just once but again and again, as though the words might reach beyond the veil. And maybe they do. Perhaps somewhere, Niko hears them, finally at peace, finally free from pain, finally whole. Even in death, Niko's life stands as a testament to the quiet strength so many carry unseen. A young man with music in his soul and a camera in his hand, trying to make sense of the world while enduring unimaginable pain. That's the Niko his family hopes the world will remember. And maybe, just maybe, in telling his story with compassion instead of judgment, we can give him the tribute he truly deserves.